Hi folks and welcome to today's video, low back disc herniation, staying mentally positive with your physical progress. Now, I do make a lot of great content for those folks out there suffering with low back pain problems, herniated discs, bulging discs, sciatica, stenosis, lumbar arthritis. If that's you, hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I upload some great content to get you back your pain-free life. However, in the meantime, let's get into today's video. So folks, today I want to talk about staying positive with your physical progress on your rehabilitation journey. Now, last week I did a video on the mental pain, so how to overcome the pain issue using mental reframing. Today I said I was going to talk a lot about the physical progress side, okay? Now, last week's video is going to pop up at the end of this one. I do suggest you watch it, along with another video which is around the overcoming the full mental struggles of your journey. Two very, very important videos to check out at the end of this one, okay? Now, before we get into the video, just one little thing. You've got just more than 24 hours, just under about 28 hours left to sign up for my quick 7-day pain recovery plan. Basically, I've taken the first 7 days of my normal 21-day recovery back pain program and put it out there for you guys to try for a special offer. It's time-limited offer. Why am I doing this? Well, the people that have done the 21-day program are finding significant pain relief results within 7 days. And I wanted more people to experience that, so I've basically taken those 7 days and released them to you guys, okay? Now, yes, I am charging for it. It's less than $10 a day. Why am I charging for it? Well, quite simply put, people need to have skin in the game to commit to something. In my personal experience, when I give out a lot of stuff for free, people do not always follow through with the instruction. You have to have something invested in your own recovery for you to take the time to set aside that commitment to do the work. And I want people to experience pain relief within 7 days to show that progress is possible within 7 days. So please go check it out. Signing up is easy. The sign up link is in the description down below. Go check it out, guys. You've got about 28 hours left to sign up for that. However, back to today's video. All right, so physical progress, okay? Typically, when we get injured, herniated disc, bulging disc, lumbar arthritis, sciatica nerve pain, we start having all these thoughts, okay? And if we've been physically active, we'd be thinking, oh, I'm never gonna be able to squat again. I won't be able to play tennis again. I won't be able to surf again. My life's destroyed. Maybe it's something more personal. I won't be able to run around the garden with my kids again, okay? These are many, many things I hear clients say to me in the beginning stages. Now, it is normal to have those thoughts, okay? Those thoughts themselves help protect us at the beginning of the injury. Because if we think, oh, I can't squat again, I'm injured, that's stopping us from going to squat again, which may actually make the injury worse. So they do serve to protect us, and it's normal to have those thoughts. However, if we hang on to those thoughts through the journey, we begin to sabotage our journey because we won't do the work required. We may become feeling helpless, sad, depressed, we'll shy away, we will stop doing the work which will get us to our end goal of being pain-free. Now, the strategy I'm talking about today, it comes from psychology. It's called CBT, which means cognitive behavioural therapy. And it's a well-used, trusted psychological intervention. And it's based around that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviours are all connected. And if we can change the way we think, we can change how we feel, which will then change our behaviour. So if we think of the example of our physical progress, so we could be on our rehabilitation journey, or maybe in physical therapy that day, or maybe it's the next day, and we wake up and pain's still there, and you're struggling to get up and down the stairs, or you feel some soreness, or you can't move as well, and I won't be able to ever squat again. I won't be able to ever, play with the kids again, okay? We have this thought, and it's like, this is going to ruin our life. I'll never be able to play with my kids again. So that's our thought, okay? Now, the one thing you'll see when you look at these things objectively, and I want to ask you guys to zoom out and look at the thought objectively when you have it, is they're very heavily negatively biased. So if we're saying, I am never ever going to be able to squat again in my life, I will never be able to play with my kids again in my life, we are overgeneralizing that one small area, that one small speck of time, okay, for our entire life based on the thought we have at that time. So it's very negatively biased. Yeah, so that's one thing to be aware of. Secondly, when you zoom out, you need to look at the evidence for this thought and the evidence against it. Because once we have that, then we can start to reframe that particular thought. So if we look at, we'll use an example that I experienced myself when I was injured, was, I'm never going to be able to squat again in my life. It's game over, okay? What is the evidence for that thought? Well, at that time, I was in rehabilitation and I wasn't able to go under the bar with, a couple 100 kilos, or 100 kilos on my back. It wouldn't be possible. That's the evidence to say, no, you will not be able to do it, okay? Is there any more evidence to say that it's going to be this way for the rest of my life? But my neighbor's brother's cousin, he had a similar issue and he's not able to do X, Y, or Z, okay? That is not good evidence because that is someone else's third-hand experience, someone else's opinion. It does not apply to you. It is what is within your control, your situation. So we can't include that. So the only thought we really have is, the only evidence we have, is that we can't do that thing at that time, okay? All right, so let's look at the evidence against that thought. Well, for most of us, we were able to do those activities. In my case, squatting, could be surfing, could be riding a bike, could be tennis, whatever it could be, before the injury. So we were able to do it before in our life, okay? Perhaps we are now doing things in our rehabilitation program like step-ups. Maybe we're doing bodyweight squats. So we're doing similar movements, which are similar to the movements of our chosen activity down the line. So there's actually evidence, a lot of it, more evidence against having that thought. So when we've got this evidence, both sides, we tend to find there's more evidence against it. And then we can actually reframe the thought. Why do you want to reframe it? Well, if we're stuck in this negative cycle, people tend to get angry, feel helpless, pessimistic, and we can sink into depression, helplessness, and then we stop doing the work. We tend to not go to the physio. We don't do the work that's needed to get us where we need to be. Now, I have reframed my thought about squatting. I'm going to read it out to you just now as an example, okay? You could write something similar for your own position. So, it is true that I'm currently not able to squat, and the setbacks can be disappointing. But when I look back at my whole journey, I've made a lot of progress. And if I continue in that progress and continue to do the work, and I'll be able to squat again. And for me personally, I remember the time that when I really injured myself, I was actually squatting at the time. I went down, went too low. I felt searing pain through my back, my glute into my hamstring. That was obviously the disc was herniating more at that time. Full sciatica, and that thought was, I don't think I'm getting under the bar again. However, I was squatting again 6 to 8 months later, okay, not heavy. It took me a year to get to being heavy again. But in that journey all the way there, I'd be doing step-ups, split squats, many other movements which I knew would progress me to where I had to be. So I have taken that negative thought, take it from a much more kind of outside objective perspective, look at the evidence for and against, and I have reframed it into a more balanced thought. And when you do this, it gives you more perspectives, more optimistic perspectives on your outcome. And it's like any skill. You're going to have to practice it, write your thoughts down, practice it, because like any skill, it requires perfect practice to become adept at that particular process. But it is very helpful because this more helpful thought makes us feel less anxious, makes us feel more positive, more optimistic about the future, and it helps us stick to our goal to get to that level of being pain-free. It's a very, very useful tool. I encourage all of my clients to use it in their own recovery process, and I want you guys to give it a try as well, okay? So By all means, ask me questions in the comment section. If you're struggling with how this works, feel free to reach out. It's not a problem. But it is a very, very useful tool. It's used extensively with psychological interventions. And I want you guys to give it a try, okay? Now, before we go, guys, don't forget to check out that link for my 7-day special offer course, okay? I want everybody to try to experience some pain relief within that 7 days. Now, if you are out there yourself struggling with your pain issues, feel free to reach out to me. You can hit me up in the comment section. You can drop me an email. You can even schedule a free call with me. It's not a problem. I will gladly sit with you for an hour or so and we can have a talk about your issue and see if I can help in any way. All right, guys, listen, watch out for those 2 videos. They're going to pop up in just a second. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.